To jump back on here on my YouTube channel and discuss the De Bruyne return and what does it mean for the Premier League? What does it mean for Man City? What does it mean for us as a club? Should we now be scared? Does it mean that Man City are in the driving seat? Are they going to go on to win the league now? So these are all the questions I'm going to discuss and give my thoughts on the De Bruyne return. So the hype around De Bruyne is huge, and some of it rightly so. He's an unbelievable player. But some of it, especially from Sky Sports and some of these media platforms that I've seen, where the hype is so over the top and acting like it's now Man City's title to win. And, the rest of the league should just down tools. It's done. Let's just engrave Man City on the title already, on the trophy. It's ludicrous thinking. And I don't get that narrative, if I'm being honest. Because let's not get it twisted. Man City scraped a win against Newcastle the other day. The same Newcastle side that we battered not long back, that we got accumulated an XG of over 7. And the same Newcastle side that we, again, won late, but with 10 men. And to now go on as if Man City are going to go and win the remaining 18 games of the season now that De Bruyne is back and win this league by a mile is crazy. It's crazy thinking. And what's my personal opinion of De Bruyne's return? I personally love it because I'm a massive Liverpool fan, but I'm also a football fan. So I want to see the best players, I want to see the best matches, I want to see the greatest teams, and I'm personally loving this title race. I'm loving it. It's exciting, and we've had this back and forth from Man City for years now, and they've pipped us to the title on numerous occasions by just a few points, sometimes 1 point, and I'm all for it. But let's not forget that Man City are 2 points behind us. We're still in the driving seat. We're 2 points ahead. We're at the top of the league for a reason on the same games. Now, Man City got that little win, little psychological boost the other day because it looked like they were going to drop points, get a draw. They've got the win now and they've closed the gap to 2 points. That's a little psychological win for them, sure. But pressure works both ways. And if we now go away to Bournemouth, which is our next fixture, and get the win, then it means nothing that Newcastle win. It literally nothing. They've got to go and do it all over again. The gap's back to 5 points, and then I think Man City have got Burnley, I believe, at home for their next fixture. So more than likely they'll go and win that, close the gap again. We've got Chelsea at home, which I more than expect us to get 3 points. So we move the gap to 5 points again. And this is where the pressure can turn, and we just keep putting it back onto Man City. Forget that they're chasing us. Forget that they're closing the gap, because we keep winning, and then you've got to think of their thoughts. What are they going to be thinking? Is this team going to drop any points? We have to win game in, week out. Every single week we have to win, get 3 points just to stay within touching distance to this side. Have we already blown the title by not starting as strong this year? These are all the things they're going to think. If we keep winning week in, week out, this is their thought process. And, that 5 point gap just keeps reappearing. We've just got to do our job. Now, let's just look at what's remaining. Let's look at the season. So we've played 20 games at 18 games remaining. In my personal opinion, I think we're going to win 13 games of the last 18 and draw 3 or 4, lose 1 or 2 matches, something along those lines, which would put us on the high end of the 80 point mark. So 87, 88, 89 points, something like that. That in itself means that Man City have to win 14 of the remaining 18 games likely to win the title, which is huge pressure on a team to be able to do that. Are they capable of doing that? Possibly. But are we capable of putting together a huge run of wins? Yes, we are. Could we win more than 13 of the 18? Yeah, we could. And these are the things that Klopp's going to be telling his players. And we've got to bear in mind as well that we've got the manager that's been there and done it. So this is the thing, I don't get the narrative around Man City. It's theirs to win. I know they've won it the last 3 times, but don't forget, we've won it. and we had a blip last season because we didn't have the midfield. But we're back to our best, and it's not just this season of 20 games. You can take that sample size back to the end of last season as well. So it's over 30, 32 games. So it's almost the span of a season. And we're not going to just fall away. We're not going to fall away like Arsenal did and gift the league to Man City. That's not going to happen. Because one, we've got the players, we've got the manager that have been there and done it. Klopp's been there and done it, he's won the league. And we've got the players, you know, you can reel them off, the players in the side that are still here, that won the league, that know what it's like to have the pressure week in, week out, keep answering, you know, Man City's closing the gap. And yeah, you've got Alisson, you've got Van Dijk, Robertson, Trent, Salah. You can just keep listing them off. These players know what it's like to handle that pressure. And like I said, we've got that large sample size as well going to the back end of last season. It's not just this season. Also, like I've said in other videos, if you want to check out my other YouTube videos, I talk about Man City's squad depth is not as strong this year. And the youth players like the Oscar Bob, who scored the last minute winner the other day, they're not going to keep stepping up for the side, because that's the whole point of why you have senior players in the side, because the youth are going to be erratic. They're going to do amazing stuff like last minute winners, but they're also going to drop off, etc., etc. And them having gotten rid of their senior players like the Gundowans, like the Mahrezes, like Laporte, you know, that I think is massive for the run-in. And, you know, the youth players aren't going to keep stepping up and bailing them out of these matches. And, you know, also the fact that, is De Bruyne going to stay fit as well? You know, he's back now, but is he going to be back for the remaining of the season? Is Haaland going to remain fit for the rest of the season? These are all things that you've got to take into account, because De Bruyne has been out for a long time. And how many times have we seen it, a player come back from a long-term injury and they get other little niggly injuries because, you know, the strain on the body, that they haven't been playing regular football, all these things. Is he going to remain fit for the rest of the season? But these are my thoughts on it. I don't think we should be scared. I think we're in the driving seat. I think Klopp and the boys know what they're doing, and I think we're going to get this across the line. And we owe Man City a season of winning it by 1 point, pipping them to the post. We owe them that because they've done it to us numerous times. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. You know, is De Bruyne going to stay fit? Should we be scared? Are we going to see it through? Let me know how many points you think we'll finish on as well. And if you like these kind of videos, I'm going to do them regularly. And press that follow button, like this video if you can, and comment if you can. And I'll see you in the next.